Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Nefertiti, and I'm coming to you live from my bed, actually, where I normally reside. Well, this show is very pertinent to my life, and it pretty much affects a lot of Americans that are disabled. You have to go through so many processes in order to even be approved for it. And there are times where people just go through the whole process and be denied, while others who are scamming, who are filing, who are pretending to be sick, and who has a plan laid out just in order to get the disability so they won't be able to work. Not knowing that it depends on the type of disability that you're putting up or signing for, and then it also depends on medical evidence that support the fact that you're disabled. Now, there are some where the line, I guess, wasn't crossed or it slipped through the cracks, and a lot of these people who are not sick don't go to the doctor, didn't have any medical evidence. They are the ones that get the disability quickly, rather well, more than the people that really needs it. And that's a sad reality, and it's close to home for me because it took 3 years of me suffering, and I had to go all the way to court in order to get my disability benefits approved. Yeah, I know you're looking at my face on my little channel here, but yeah, I had to go through a lot just to get approved. Didn't have to wait more I had to wait 4 more months for my Medicare to kick in, because the Obamacare I have right now, it doesn't cover everything I need. It's just basically for me to go to the doctor and back. So I'd wait 4 more months for that. And also the benefits, as far as the money, I don't know when that's coming. They're having a problem finding a writer to assign to my case, so they can go ahead and write that up and get it back to the judge, which takes about 4 to 6 weeks. But they haven't found a writer yet, so I'm kind of like against the fence on that. But the title of this show today is about that, the fraudsters, the ones that I even heard say that they're not really sick, but they're trying to pretend to be so they can get this disability. Okay, if you look at it, yes, the back pay is really nice, especially if you waited a long time and you're really sick and you didn't have the funds to take care of yourself for all the time. Then of course you should have it, and it's justified. But if you're one of those people that's pretending to be sick, pretending to be crazy just to get the check, that's wrong. Because once that back pay is gone, guess what? You're going to be limited down to between $700 to maybe $900 a month, depending on your age. So really, you're not really getting a lot. And that little 900 and some dollars is not going to do you any good. So for you to base it on that is incorrect. And then once you do get the back pay, you don't do the right things with the money. See, me, once I get it, I'm investing some CDs for my children, and myself for my retirement, because I can't work. So I won't have the funds to take care of myself. So I just don't like it when people who are not disabled are able to be approved in such a quick manner. And then people that really need it, that really are suffering, have to go through all these processes just in order to get it. It's unbelievable. The amount of fraud that's going on as far as Social Security is making it very difficult for people like me to get the benefits I need. And it's sad, and it's not fair to the ones that are sick. To give you some examples, I know a lot of you saying, well, you don't know. Well, excuse me, I'm talking from experience and what I heard myself from people when I'm in the doctor's offices, when I'm a psychiatrist. I'm at all these doctors and I hear the exact same crap. So for you, don't even go there with the you don't know shit, because I do. Okay, I know because I heard it with my own ears, and it's the truth. Okay. It was sometime when I was going to my psychiatrist, and I still go to them, but only every 3 months. I was going to my psychiatrist, and I was sitting there waiting to be called, and I don't like being in there. I'm sure I don't like it, but it's something I have to do because of my illness. There are a few people in there heard on a few occasions. There's a few occasions I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm gonna try to get this check. Oh, I gotta put on a show. I gotta fake it, or I gotta pretend to be real crazy." I say, "Yeah, girl, go ahead on. You gotta be real crazy," and they got to diagnose you as nuts in order for you to get this check. Now, I've heard this come out of the mouths of African Americans more than I did whites. Now, I'm not saying that white people don't do it and don't fraud. They do. But what I'm saying is, I can't speak for white people. Majority of the people I see doing it is black people. Now, maybe the white community could point out theirs, but I'm pointing out mine. And I know white people do it too. Yes, they do. They are like really, really the main ones. Not really, but really the main ones on television being pointed out as fraudsters. But when it comes to African American people, I see that and I hear it every single time. So they're saying, "Oh, you got to pretty much jump on the table and scream, giraffe, giraffe," or something like that. But what you don't understand, people, this is for the people that are pretending to be nuts. Let me tell you something. They look right through that. They can see right through that. So if you think you're going to go in there and be nuts just to get a check, they're going to see through your fakeness. They're going to see through the fraud. They're going to see that you're not being truthful. These people are trained mental professionals, so you can't go in there pretending of nothing. I knew a guy when I first got my first appointment, and I was sitting there waiting for a therapist for like 4 hours. And this was at the Henderson Clinic on Lauderdale Lakes. So I was sitting there waiting. And then this guy comes in, well-dressed guy, comes in upset. He didn't even wait. He just was upset, just walked in the door. So he goes in the door and through the door and goes to the counter and said, "Hey, I need to see somebody. I'm trying to get this disability." That was stupid. First of all, number one, you're too well dressed to not have a job, and you look fine. Number two, you come in there and you're demanding a doctor so that you can get on disability. You know what happened? They let him in. They let him in through the back. Guess what? Just as quick as he went back there, the quickest he came right back out the door. They see through it. Even people that admit that they want to do it, and the people that pretend, they know, they're trained. Come on, they didn't go to school for nothing. They're trained in the mind, so they know exactly if you're being phony or if you're not being phony. And it's a sad reality. But when I first got in there, it was so many people, in there. Like, really, it's packed to where people were actually standing up because there were no more seats. That's ridiculous. And because they think that being crazy or being being labeled as such, they think that that's a quick thing for disability. You have to understand, they don't go by the diagnosis. They go by the notes the doctor leaves in there. So if the doctor says it's all in your head and they only told you that so you could relax, he's going to deny your case because he knows that you faked the whole thing. That is in your head, and it's not that severe to where you can't work. I know, trust me. I have a homegirl who works for the ODR office. She works for the judge, and the things that people do is unbelievable. And it's like, the judges see through you too. So if you think you're going to go into a court case and be like, "Oh, fake it all sick and stuff," you going to know what he's going to do? He's going to cut the hearing short and schedule for another time. And then you got to wait some more years for another court date. See, what you're doing is you're messing yourself up. That's what you're doing. You're messing yourself up. And what you're also doing is making it difficult for people like me to get the disability on time. But you know what? I guess it's a reason for everything. God has a reason for everything. So I must just accept that. But what I'm saying is, it's not fair for us, the people that are really sick and telling the truth and have medical evidence to back it up, has to go through hoops. And also, not even just for mental, for physical too. You got a lot of people out there saying, oh, their back hurts. That's like the number one lie that people tell to get disabilities. Their back, and nothing else. That'd be the first thing to come out of their mouth, saying their back hurts. The back hurts right where it's small of the back. You can't bend, can't do this, can't do that. Well, let me tell you something. That's still not going to get you disability just because you say your back hurts. You have to prove it medically, meaning you have to go through CAT scans, MRIs, and all that. You have to have that proof in order to show the judge that you can't be just a basic backache, because that's anything. He'll probably tell you to pop a Tylenol and you'll be okay, but it doesn't show up in any X-rays. It doesn't show up in any CAT scans. It's not showing up in the MRI or a CAT scan, bro. You ain't getting the disability. Sorry, you're not gonna get it because it doesn't show up. If you have something like degenerative disc disease and you have a lot of things in your back going on, and you can see it in your spine like clear as day, then you may have a chance. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be approved. Okay. The reason why I was is because I have over 17 or 18, who's counting, disabilities that keeps me from working. I was working. I told the judge, I told him the truth. Yes, I was. From November 2016 to March 2017, I was working. Yes, I was. And it got to a point to where I couldn't see the letters on the computer. I couldn't type. When my typing skills went down, I knew something was wrong. And when I got up and couldn't get up because I was stuck there, I knew something was wrong. So it just is unbelievable that people want to be sick. And let me tell you something, it's no picnic being sick like this, because guess what? It shaves time off your life. That's number one. You don't know when that will be. That's number two. You have to take some pretty powerful pills in order to keep you alive. And I have to take pretty powerful pills to keep me alive. And it's like I'm fighting too now. I'm not no give up person. I don't give up on crap. But you know, it's very difficult when you used to be able to do things you can't do anymore. It's very frustrating and it hurts. So when people say, oh, I want to be on disability and I'm sick, let me tell you something. That's something you don't. I'm telling you, for coming from me, a person that is sick, that's not something you want to claim. Because look, when I can't cook, I can't even cook anymore because I can't make food for myself because it's difficult. Because I can't stand for very long and I can't sit for very long. So I'm like in a really bad spot. And for you to say, oh, I want to be, but no, you don't. Because I'm going to tell you, I can't even drive. So it's a lot of things that you guys don't get. When they say disabled, that's disabled. I'm getting damage in my nerves from an unknown disease that's killing every bit of me. But y'all want to sit there and say, oh, I'm sick and I want this disability. Stop it. It's dumb. It's stupid. Why don't you just go to work like everybody else? I was working and I still got it because I was being honest with the judge. I didn't keep anything from them. I'm not even going to keep anything from the food stamp people. I don't play like that. I don't do that. That's my livelihood. I'm not going to jail for nobody. So everything I told the judge is true, and I had information to back it up. And that's why I was able to win my case. It wasn't because I'm look sick. No. Well, he actually caught me in the flare today by hearing. I was in a serious flare. But it's like, I seen people in there like, so able-bodied, and I know say, oh, you can just say that just because they look like it don't mean they're not. That may be true, but it's like you don't know, and that's the scary part. That's why Social Security put you through a lot of rings. Now, a lot of people don't get to go through those rings. They can get approval on the initial application. You don't have to give up no kind of medical documentation, but what they don't know is that they're going to revisit your case in a few years. So if you think you got a home run and you ain't get checked, oh, I just got it, hey, they have to go to a doctor. You better believe you better have some medical documentation from the time that you were approved to the time they reevaluate your life going on or whatever you said you had. If not only we got to pay all that money back, you're going to jail. And people don't understand it about disability. They think it's just an easy on, pretend to be crazy, but don't get no treatment just to get it and whatever. I'm telling you, you have to have continued treatment. Like me, I've been missing my appointments this month because I have no way to get there, and I have to arrange my appointments around the days my daughter is off because I have no transportation and I can't drive myself anymore. So I have to depend on people until my Medicare kick in, and I should be able to get transportation. But what I'm going to do is contact the Department of Children and Families, uh, the food stamp people, and see if there's any way that I could get some, like be put on a transportation list, so I won't miss my appointments because I can't miss any of them. So it's like you're going to have to prove that you are getting treatment beyond the approval you got. I think that they come up every 5 to 7 years, and you better have some medical information. You better have some treatment in line. You better be constant, because if it's not, and you just did that just to get it, trust me, you're gonna be in some deep crap, deep trouble. Not a little bit of trouble, deep trouble. So you can't get away from it, even though you think, oh, I got away with it and they're gonna never check again. Yes, they are. They reevaluate your case every 5 to 7 years to see if everything's okay. If you got it better, they'll go by the doctor's notes and say that. See, my condition is fully favorable because it's fully, when you are fully favorable, this decision was fully favorable. That means that there's nothing you can do. They don't have to revisit it because they know that your condition is not going to get any better. But if you're just getting listening, and they're going to reevaluate you. So all that bull crap you're talking and thinking that you could just get this disability and no one's going to say anything, you are absolutely mistaken. I mean, seriously, there's many people that gets on this disability and don't really need it. And then they figure out that it's just like having Section 8 housing. They do inspections, maybe I think every year. I'm not really sure how it goes because I'm not on it. But what I'm saying is they do any kind of governmental, just like food stamps. You do a recertification, and you have to be very and truthfully honest with these people, because you can get caught in some crap that you don't want to be caught in. It's hard to get out of something that you did illegally. And that's why I teach my children to do everything the right way. If you're told no, you're told no. Just go on with your life. But it's like things could be worse. Being sick and all that other stuff. Don't think you got away with it. I'm telling you, did not get away with it. So if you really think you did, you didn't. Because you better have some backup when you go to your reevaluation, when they recheck your file and see if there's anything else that you wasn't being truthful about and stuff like that. My issues as far as my appointments, is like on a standstill right now because I have to wait for it's some things that I have to wait for the money, so I can be able to afford Uber or whatever, so I won't have to worry about, or cabs, so I won't have to worry about not being able to go to my appointments. I have the money, so it's like it don't make no dang on sense for people to be fraudulent. It's not worth it. It's the money that bad? Is the money that important that you go to jail for it and end up having to pay all that back? Is it that important though? Like, is it? Because it doesn't make any sense. Is it that important where you just, is it? Is it really that important though? Because it's a lot of reasons, a lot of things, and it's a lot you go through. And I know I'm disabled. I know I had to go through 3 years of agony, no income until I got work a little bit, and I had it to be able to pay what I needed to get my treatment. But see, now I can't work anymore, and that hurts me. And I can't understand why people that's able-bodied, able to work and make a future for their families and be able to buy things the kids need. You should be proud of that. You should not want to not do that. Everybody has a job. Well, some people, I'm not gonna say everybody works at a job. Some people work at a job they cannot stand, but they work there because they have no choice. They have a family to take care of. But if you're just doing it just so you won't work anymore, that's crazy. You're being selfish. You're taking away from people that need it. Just like with Section 8 and food stamps. There are people on Section 8 and food stamps right now that make a whole lot of money and they're not reporting that income to to the people. They're not. And they think they can keep it away from them and they'll never find out. Let me tell you something. Do you know that they have to do an audit every single year? And if they find out that you were keeping stuff from them or keeping information from them, do you know that they will lock you up? Not only will they take away your Section 8, they will lock your ass up. Huh? But you think you got one on the barrel of the government. Let me tell you something. The one thing that you can't do is smooth the government. You cannot con the government. The government is the biggest con of all. You can't con constant. You can't do it. You think that you're getting away with it, sweetie? I'm telling you right now, you're not. And that's why I did everything the right way. A lot of people like, why don't you don't have to do it? Yes, I do. I do not play with the government. I don't care what part of the government it is. I do not play with them. If I don't get it, I don't get it. If I don't get food stamps, I don't get food stamps. If I don't get housing, I don't get housing. That's it. And it's like, seriously, bro, like, really? It don't make no darn sense. So when I hear people talking about disability and faking and frauding, you can be amazed. Go to YouTube and check it out. There's a lot of people that frauded the government. Check it out. It's all over YouTube. You can look at different websites, even the Department of the Office of the Internal and investigate. What's it? Inspector General. Sorry, the Office of the Inspector General. They are the ones that have their people following you, like seeing if you really sick, and they do that now. They be dressed like regular people. They drive regular cars. They don't be no city, nothing on it. It could be a regular car, and they'll be watching you and taping you and everything to make sure that you say your back hurt and you up there bending something on over and picking up something heavy. Do you know that you either go to jail and pay that jump back? Do you know that they watch? If you think it's just the TV, it's on TV. No, baby, they watch you. They send out their PIs and follow you everywhere. You can't hide from them. So if you think you can sit there and pretend, oh my back, oh, and then they see you picking up a freaking cinder block or something, then your application is gonna be denied before you get to reconsideration. And that's fraud. Even though you didn't get any money, that's still fraud. You can't apply ever again. No matter what's wrong with you, you still can't because you frauded them. So that's another thing you got to look at. They're not going to let you file for disability again and you lied to them the third time. Not going to happen. They're going to deny your thing right off. So not only you messing up your opportunity to get it if you get that sick, you're taking it, you just making it harder on yourself. Pretending. I just don't get it. It hurts my heart because there's a lot of people like me out there that they need it and they constantly are being denied because they don't believe. Like initially when I first filed, I filed through a lawyer, and because I couldn't do it myself, so they said, "Wow, I mean, you got a lot going on." I said, yes. I had to basically think before I even filed because I didn't want to. I wanted that to be the last resort. I didn't want to be sick. I didn't think I was going to get this far, but I did. And the judge seen it, and I thank him. And the office of the older office in Oklahoma, I thank them. And it's just unbelievable how people could just say that they want to be disabled and they want to do this, and they get toe hurt. They think they can get disability because they toe hurt because they can't stand on their feet for long. The judge cares about that. That's minor. And I take over 12 pills a day. 12. And I may just be a shot shy about 3 more a day. Are you telling me that's something fun or something to have? It's not. I mean, right now I'm sleepy. I had a full night's sleep and I'm still sleepy. What does that say? I mean, you sitting up there doing all this and for what? For what? So you can have money that ain't even yours, man. You know? And it's harder to get SSDI and SSI. See, I have SSDI. And that is, hopefully, I have a 16-year-old I have to take care of. I have an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old that take care of themselves, but I have a 16-year-old that I have to take care of. So all of that there, I mean, come on. So I just wanted to just get this off my chest because a lot of people doing it and it's not fair. So if you're one of those people, I don't know how you could look in the mirror and say that it's okay to. I just don't see how that. I just don't. But I'd like to thank you. I know nobody's gonna watch. They never do because I ain't nobody to them. But I'm somebody to me, and I'm somebody to my God and my Heavenly Father. So whatever. But if you do look at this after I broadcast it, I hope it helps. I hope it helps the ones that are actually sick and going through this. I hope I'm speaking for those people. If not, then I hope you got something out of what I said. So on that note, I want to lay down for a little while. It's chilly and it's making my bones hurt. So I'm going to have to cut this short. But I do appreciate everybody that watches. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.